Now, it's been about 2 years since I've done a video like this where we just go onto the internet and buy content, basically for videos. So I'm pretty excited to do it. Although this time I've done a cursory look on Amazon so far, even though that's not the main place we're gonna look. But buying a PC today is much more of a minefield than it was 2 years ago. What is all of this stuff? Like, if you're just a filthy casual looking to get into PC gaming, how are you supposed to figure out what to buy here? You need like a Rosetta Stone for terrible gaming PCs to decipher this madness. Before, if you wanted this kind of confusion, you would just go onto eBay and then get scammed into buying one of these things. But that's not even the case anymore. Now it happens on Amazon. And it gets more confusing because you go onto this, you click on it. The same seller has 5 different versions of this Optiplex thing that we've had a look at various iterations of on the channel, but it's gotten more confusing because for 309 Canadian dollars, you can buy one with an RX 550 in it. But if you're feeling a little bit spendy and you want to blow some more money, if you go up to this one for $40 more, it is a GT 730 in it. So you're paying more money for a worse graphics card. Let's see, what happens here? 380. Oh, so this one is a 550 with an i7 in it. What happens over here? Oh, you actually get a 1050 Ti in it for... But I mean, it's still... The point is, if you don't know what you're looking at, how are you supposed to decide what to buy here? And the thing is, this kind of price point, it's really difficult to kind of recommend an alternative, because if you go and look for an Optiplex that hasn't been like gamer swagged up and then you want to drop your own graphics card in it, you realize that like low profile graphics card prices still look like this. You're still looking at paying 230 CAD for an RX 6400. Okay, let's quickly do the math here. As you can see, I'm on I'm on Firefox's porno vision so that I don't accidentally leak my address. So the MSRP of this graphics card was supposed to be 100 and oh, that is what it costs. This is like a reasonable price for it, but then you're looking at dropping one of these in an Optiplex. So let's say it's about 300 for the Optiplex, it's about 220 for the 6400. That's over 500 Canadian dollars that you're paying for the system. And is it worth paying that amount for that kind of configuration? So in my opinion, and this may be a bit controversial considering that I have a PC gaming channel essentially, if I had less than 500 CAD to spend on a gaming PC, I'd buy an Xbox Series S. I don't know, I feel like this is probably the way to go. Wait, is this all still part of the intro? I guess that means we need to play the ad and then we'll actually go shopping for content. Now that I've got that rant out of the way. Today's video is sponsored by Corsair's new IQ Link MacGuffins. Being able to daisy chain all of your RGB and fans together with a single cable run makes life so much easier. I recently swapped a bunch of IQ Link fans into a test system and had a great frustration-free time magneting everything together. And because of all the heartache I saved dealing with RGB clutter, I didn't blow an artery struggling with a corrupt Windows install. So if you want a great looking, easy to use premium RGB solution, check out IQ Link using the link in the video description. So now that I've had a bit of a rant about the minefield that is Amazon when it comes to gaming PC shopping, let's go and have a look at eBay for content. I'm curious to see how it compares now to the new eBay, which is Amazon. So if you just search PC gaming, it's like the same stuff. But here you're getting an RTX 2060. See, that's where they get you. It's a 2nd gen i7. So I think by that they mean a 2600, which is not a good match for an RTX 2060, I can tell you that. In fact, I very recently dropped various new graphics cards into a system with one of those in it, and it didn't go great. Okay, eBay still is a hellhole. This is just Intel Dark Ages quad core, Intel Dark Ages quad core, again, Intel Dark Ages quad core, Intel Dark Ages quad core, and it's just, this is all that this is just all of it. Oh, so here you actually get to choose the graphics card. So if you choose, it's 880 Canadian dollars for an RX 550 with some i7 in it. Let me guess, it's a 2nd gen. Oh, never mind, it's 6th gen. So a 6700? But that is a lot for a PC with an RX 550 in it. It's because they know how the buzzwords work, you know? You put i7 and like the biggest NVIDIA graphics card name you can fit in the price point in the title, and then somebody's gonna think it's a good deal. But okay, let's do 4 parts and see what kind of dead-ish nondescript PCs we can find, because this is always a fun video trying to figure out how to make these systems work. That's a very interesting shot of them to use for the main picture of the PC. It's just like the back of some Wi-Fi antenna. Oh, look at that. It's an old Alienware. So this is something that I am quite interested in looking at, because this old Alienware actually has non-proprietary kind of shaped parts in it. So I could do a video where I buy one of these in cyborg green and then turn it into like a crazy modern gaming system. One thing that I am curious about, in terms of radiator space, there's not a whole lot we can do to this system. But putting that aside, I just noticed this has quite interesting hardware in it. This looks like an 8800 GTX going off the dual connectors here. This thing was a complete beast when it initially came out. What is the CPU? Yeah, so 8800 GTX with Core 2 CPU. But going by the 2.1 gigahertz, it's like an E6400? Oh, this thing looks fascinating. Okay, I'm almost gonna buy this without your input, but we'll see. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see something like this. I then spent a while combing through a bunch of eBay listings of broken systems with a suspicious amount of broken Intel NUCs. But the wildness of the eBay listings were starting to grow tiresome, as you can tell by the degrading state of my hair. You can't say that it runs great, but also doesn't turn on. Anyway, I had a look at a bunch of this stuff. Let's go on to AliExpress, which is one of my favorite places to shop for random PC crap. And there's actually some stuff that I have in mind for this, because there's been some interesting laptops and things on AliExpress that I may want to check out. But again, we're just going to type in PC gaming. Whoa, look at this thing. So this little guy has a 12900H and a 3050 Ti in it, which as far as I understand is like a mobile version of the GPU. But that is a beast of a hardware configuration for this kind of little thing. So if we go for the, yeah, that goes to 1000 with no storage in it. But that does look oh, I'm gonna have, I censor that. This looks really exciting. Every time I go onto AliExpress, I see this thing recommended. I really want to buy it because I'm very curious to see what the cooling solution looks like in it and what kind of power we're getting. So let me know in the comment section down below if I should get one of these and what configuration we're looking at. See, there's a whole lot of them. And then you also get like these systems, which has the coolest looking power button on it ever. I actually think this was in the last one of these online shopping videos that I did. And there's something about the power button on it that really draws me in. But what's more interesting, you can get them with some of the new AMD kind of like mobile chips in it. It's got a 680M in it, which as far as I understand is a very powerful integrated GPU. So this could also be interesting because it's a much cheaper alternative, but it's not going to be nearly as powerful as this one. But let's see. Wow, this is actually mostly mini PCs. Yo, look at these mice. Look at this one. This looks like an old rat gaming mouse. There's another one. Maybe I should do like a gaming mouse roundup off AliExpress, because there seems to be some crazy examples of them popping up everywhere. Whoa, that's pretty cool. It's even got the apple cheese gratery effect on the side, but this has a 6600M in it. This thing looks like a beast. Aiming on this thing must be wild. Oh, there's a lot that we need to censor here. Oh no. But so this doesn't actually have any hardware in it. As far as I understand, supports VGA 800 by 600 resolution. I mean, for people that know more about this stuff than I do, is RS232 compatible with just normal VGA stuff? I mean, I can probably Google it, but this seems like it would be the ultimate gaming peripheral, because you've got your like mouse bit, although it doesn't have a click, which may be a bit of a problem, but you've got your like mouse control bit, and then you can bind all of the keys for like actual gaming purposes. That looks really cool. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So the thing that I wanted to show you
which then sent me down a wild rabbit hole of looking for a thing I once saw on AliExpress.
It's on my phone, right? So I'll screen capture this, but you can see it's got like what looks like a full mechanical keyboard in it with like very interesting speakers and stuff. And then a 1440p display, 16-inch, but it costs 500 CAD. Like, look at that thing. Oh, but it's got a Celeron in it, so it means it's gonna be really good for gaming as well. Okay, so that was the one thing that I've been looking for. Now, this is something that Asus has been doing for a while, but it seems like there's a lot of AliExpress options for these. So you see something like this, which, I mean, I just really wanna see the AliExpress implementation of something like this, because this is, I mean, it's got quite old hardware in it, but if you spec it with kind of less storage and stuff, like, it's not that expensive.
I then got distracted again by the bizarre world of AliExpress hi-fi products and really weird knockoff stuff on there, but eventually I managed to pull myself back onto topic.
Look at this thing. It's like a really cheap version of the RTX A2000, but it doesn't quite make sense because it's got like a different memory configuration. So is it just the same chip? Oh, this is the brand of like AliExpress Necromancer graphics card makers.
But just like that, I got distracted again.
Getting back on track. I don't know how I ended up on farm machinery. So this is like a foldable phone that you can buy on AliExpress, but instead of having the main display on the inside that you open up to get to, you've just got like a folded around main display on the outside. And it's like 460 CAD for a foldable phone. Look at that. Look at how big the fold is. What a stupid looking device. Oh, I really want to check that out as well. Now, I've been on and off looking at Temu for stuff, and I can't find gaming stuff, because as you can see here, it just wants us to buy panties and women's underwear for some reason. But let's see if we can get like a graphics card. The only option, and this is a recent addition, is something like a GT 610, but I don't even think that's gonna make an interesting graphics card. Oh, they also have what looks like one of the best adapters I've ever seen. Look at that. Yeah, there isn't really anything interesting on here. Yeah, the pre-built market has stagnated so hard. I feel like 2023, we're back at the point where like, if you need a gaming PC, you have to build it. Like, look at this, the new Acer Loser Nitro Suckface edition. 1,800 CAD for a system with a 3060 in it and a 13400, a 3050 and a 5600G, 1,500 CAD. I don't know how you buy a PC as somebody that's just into pre-builds at the moment.
I then headed over to NZXT's site, which seemed a lot more promising.
Oh, that's pretty cool. On NZXT's site, they have an A770 based pre-build for about $1,000 US, which pricing-wise seems pretty good compared to what we were seeing on Best Buy, and it's cool that they have that option available. Oh, the new Alienware looks so lame and pedestrian. It seems to have better ventilation, but it just looks like a PC. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like an Alienware system needs to look like a 13-year-old designed it and then it was built to the lowest bidder, not just this. Also, the cheapest configuration is about 1,800 CAD for a system with a 4060 and a 3700, which is air-cooled in it. I'd love to see what the air cooler in that system looks like, considering that they very suspiciously don't show you any pictures of it. Which I think brings me to the end of the video I wasn't expecting to make today. I was busy with a different video, which didn't pan out at all. Terrible things happened. Okay, so we're going back to the other adapter now, but that doesn't fit. I bought so many adapters, but none of them are gonna work. And I am going on holiday for about 2 to 3 weeks, so you won't see any more videos from me for a while. And then when I come back, we're gonna see the conclusion of that madness, and hopefully a bunch more content on this stuff that we looked at today. So let me know what you wanna see videos on, and until the next video, bye-bye.